Welcome back to the Sonic 06 playthrough, and we're doing another town mission.
The trials.
Which one did we do last time? Oh,
the test of friendship was last time, where we tested our friendship by destroying things.
Awesome.
Apparently the test of heart is to destroy things without crates. What's this test prove? That you really love crates?
Trying to get the blue box gem.
Well, you do consistently use your best friend, the companion cube.
Such diversity.
I guess this is meant to completely throw you off balance if you've been playing the game entirely by throwing boxes at things and haven't mastered the art of catching missiles and throwing them back.
You mean standing there and holding the right trigger?
Yeah, that. I guess some people would be so used to throwing crates that they'd be crippled without them.
And that's the case, and they're idiots. And they should always be catching projectiles. Projectiles do more damage.
This is Sonic Team teaching them how to play the game. Fine.
3/4 of the way through the game, of course.
Yeah.
So, about that other game, or DLC, or whatever it was we were talking about before we started this thing.
You know what this reminds me of? You know Hot Shots Part 2, when Charlie Sheen just grabs bullets and throws them at the enemies and it kills them?
Yeah.
Well, at least that was somewhat relevant to what we're watching. We're getting better.
Except not really.
We're getting better at staying on topic. It's better than an ingredient label.
Silver story is so boring. I can't take it.
Only 4 more parts left. Only 3 parts after this one.
Yeah. The silver playthrough is looking a lot shorter now that they've instituted that 15-minute time limit. I mean, it'd be like what, 6, 8 parts if they hadn't.
Something like that.
Yeah, most likely.
So we have more time for load screens and boring town mission.
This is ragdoll physics or shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of ragdoll physics, that's pretty much what happens whenever a biotic attacks you in Mass Effect 1. I don't know why that just occurred to me, but it does. Your character just sort of flops to the ground like a fish or something.
Well, I think ragdoll physics look the funniest in Batman Arkham Asylum, especially when you get shot in the head and that's a killing blow. You go skyrocketing like 7 feet in the air.
Or when you somehow manage to wedge an enemy between yourself and a wall and you hit them really hard and they just kind of bounce all over the place.
They just bounce all over the place.
I love when I screw up the stealth and I'm swinging around like the gargoyle statues and then they shoot me and Batman just sort of like falls really awkwardly.
He does cartwheels in midair.
Yeah. That's a great game. Why aren't we talking about that?
Well, I have it recorded. We'll get to it eventually.
Oh, awesome.
Problem is, Killer Croc Slayer is kind of missing the audio, but...
What?
I ran into some recording issues, but don't worry, it's all there.
This year is a backwards year. Metroid is disappointing people, and it actually looks like Sonic is going to have a couple good games. And BioWare is at least halfway failing.
You know, I'm pretty sure Sonic could have handled that by himself.
Yeah, he would have just used a few homing attacks. Notice that Sonic doesn't see fit to actually thank Silver. He knows he would have gotten the job done faster.
Yeah.
Well, he has gotten his ass kicked twice now. I'd be a little bit skeptical, too.
Notice how Sonic's hands are hovering over his ass.
Okay.
Because of the table rape. Look back at the other parts.
No one will forget table rape.
Hope not.
Wow.
Oh, goody! One of the least favorite levels ever.
I totally don't recognize this section from when I played as whoa, where did this tower come from? That wasn't here last time.
You know, you don't need to put the stairs up.
I know.
Even then, you still have a good chance of clipping through them.
I actually do like that. I haven't commented on that before, but I love how Silver can move the bars out of the way. It's a cool effect, and I enjoy that.
True, but why can't he ban other things?
All they do is serve to delay you about 3 seconds.
I know, but it's a badass
I-
3 seconds.
I just got teabagged by a war mech. That's awesome.
Well, that's what a war mech always does to you.
No, normally they shoot a missile at you and blow you up.
Well, I always
can't
figured that
learn to
nuclear
be
was
Halo.
Portuguese for teabag. Why Portuguese? I don't know. Sonic 06.
Oh look, it's a level trying to be unique. Not really.
We built the
working.
physics engine, kind of. Maybe.
Not really. Not really.
We tried to build the physics engine.
All you have to do is hit these towers with something and they topple. It doesn't
Look.
have to be something heavy.
Look,
Doesn't have to be
a
really
wrecking ball.
fast or anything.
No.
A perfect
has
analogy
budget.
of the entire game.
And they somehow managed to make the big ass weight on a chain look even floatier than Silver does when he levitates.
Well, nothing breaks. It just kind of falls off.
Well, there's no simulated weight within the game, and he's wave dashing up the stairs. Great. There's nothing up here. Why'd you come up here? You're wasting our time. Get going.
I thought that was the way I was
Clarification.
supposed to be going. Apparently not. Apparently I'm supposed to go down this way. That
So
looked
you
totally
could have
obvious.
just gone, but you went the wrong way. Great.
I was trying to just go. The problem was it looked like I was supposed to just go in the other direction. When I was supposed to just go this way.
Yeah, to be fair, Sonic 06 has really awful like stage design, so you never know where you're going half the time.
Some
that-
people
in
on
that
Sonic
box.
Retro disagree with that.
Oh god,
I've
I hear
talked to
Polygon
people-
Jim Hay coming again.
Actually, he
Let it
is
go.
one of the people that says that. But in general, there are some people in the retro crowd who insist that Sonic 06 has some of the best stage design in the 3D Sonic
Oh.
games. It's just that it plays on a crap engine.
No,
I disagree. Non-linear is not good. Is not necessarily good stage design. It's just non-linear. And I understand where you're coming from, alternate routes and all that, but the stage design isn't good just because it has alternate routes.
the way the levels are laid out, there's a complete lack of speed, and I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I don't care if this was Sonic Adventure 2 Sonic, the levels are too awkward to play around in.
If the engine were better, it would not. It would be. At least in Sonic's case, that wouldn't be such an issue.
But that's
I
not
mean-
the issue.
I mean, if the engine were right and you were a decent player, you could probably keep up some good speed in this game.
Too bad the engine sucks.
If they weren't constantly stopping you to fight off multi-hit badniks and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Did I just
Yeah,
call these
yeah, I was
badniks? I'm sorry, egg pawns.
I was gonna say, it's not really speedy if they keep stopping you to attack enemies, and only then when you have speed, it's from a speed booster.
On a straight
Yeah.
railway where
Yeah, you
it's
have
your
no control over.
it. Hey, look, a 1-up. Are you going to go get it?
You already did.
Someone's desynced, and it isn't me for once.
44, 5, 6, 7.
You're a second behind.
Timing.
Uh,
I
well,
love how those groups of rocks are just one unit instead of a whole bunch of separate units.
you guys been keeping an eye on Sonic Colors?
I just watch
There's
whatever's
some-
announced. I don't-
There's some new Sonic voice clips on YouTube if you want to look.
They unveiled the multiplayer world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's called Gameland. It looks interesting. Is that lack of enthusiasm you just feeling like crap right now, or did it just look bad to you, Johnny?
Oh, I feel like shit, dude.
Okay, so it wasn't that you thought it looked retarded. You're just feeling really unenthusiastic.
Johnny's
Okay.
a trooper. He's not feeling well, and he's watching Sonic 06.
Six.
that's
Oh,
double
the perfect
feature.
combination.
Perfect
Next thing you
combination
know-
if you want to torture yourself, but yeah. Gameland actually looks.
Actually,
Go ahead.
Now that you mentioned the multiplayer in Sonic Colors, there is actually multiplayer in Sonic 06, which no one actually talks about. Has you actually tried this with other
No
people?
one plays it.
No one plays it, and when someone does pick a character, it's Silver, and you know what they do? They just hold the fucking R trigger and just keep going with the level.
Yeah.
I played it maybe once, and it just seemed so ridiculously unplayable. Like, it just didn't
It was
seem
a
to mix at all.
It was a good idea, but there are two problems. The first problem is Silver, and the second problem is it relies on the bottom of the barrel least interesting co-op gimmick ever. The switches that you have to simultaneously press to open up the next section of the level. It is so boring.
What is the
And
point of the fucking race?
I sequence broke in the level design here, so I actually have to cheese my way past this container because the badniks I'm supposed to kill to open it don't spawn in if I go this way. So yeah. God.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know that Sonic 06 actually has multiplayer. Like, you'll always see a playthrough of the actual game itself, but there is multiplayer but it's bad multiplayer, so...
I think the only time I've seen it acknowledged by anyone other than you, Clement, is when I think it was Darkness the Curse did a quick little bullshit run through with what was it, Rijno?
I think
on
it
his
was Rick now,
on his old channel.
But that was so long ago. I can't remember.
That was I'm surprised I even remember. I
That
can bend
missile
bars.
was nowhere near
before
you.
Max can clip through bars. That makes them more badass than me.
The Sonic team just feels obligated to put in a multiplayer no matter how bad it is. Like, Shadow the Hedgehog had a multiplayer, and every multiplayer character was just a different colored shadow, and it was really
To be
awkward.
fair, that was actually vaguely entertaining.
Yeah, the only multiplayer I ever found enjoyable was Sonic Adventure 2's multiplayer.
Dude, the novelty factor of Sonic characters in a shooter style deathmatch mode. Come on, tell me that wasn't fun.
But it's not Sonic characters, it's just Shadow and other shadows.
Palette swaps.
Shadow.
They're all
Shadow
recolors of a
is-
recolor.
Well, it's Master Chief and his Master Chief clones, I guess.
That's true.
The multiplayer for Sonic Colors actually looks really interesting though. It's a co-op, not a versus.
Well, has it just been confirmed that it's only co-op? Is there a versus? Do we know?
I know. Well, there is no versus that we've seen. All we know is that the co-op mode is in one level, which is the Metal Sonic head on the world map called Gameland, and that you unlock levels by picking up those red coins, those red rings that you see scattered in the preview videos.
So I assume we all heard the new Sonic voice clips.
I haven't.
I hear that the Alton Towers one that people were pointing to and saying, "Oh God, this new voice actor is going to be awful," was actually edited to be slowed down.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Which is probably why it sounds like a bad Jason Griffith impersonation, because they edited it to make it sound like Jason Griffith.
Check out the consoles. Oh, my ears.
Welcome to the VIP Sonic Lounge.
Whoa!
Speaking of, there was actually a kind of funny entry on the retro front page for a video where hot chicks in bikinis ride Sonic's spinball.
Yeah, I saw that link.
I was just like, oh my god. That was so bad, it was good.
Now I gotta
Wait.
see this.
Wait, weren't we... Wait, the part's over.
There was a
And
part
we-
going on.
We ignored it for 10 minutes. Okay. Right.